Hey, what's up guys? Devil Dog Gamer here, bringing you another episode of Marine Corps Mondays. So I'm going to continue more with my boot camp stories, and I'm bringing you some domination on resistance using the MK14, which I'm actually liking. It has a lot more power than the M14, pretty much just dominates everybody. For like the first minute here, I do what I consider camping, so don't hate on it. I admit to it, I camped a little bit in the first half. But anyways, so I want to say this too, I also made a Facebook page. Hasn't been getting many people to do anything with, and I kind of want to get it going. So on Tuesday I'm going to be posting pictures of all the guns I own on that Facebook page, so it kind of gives people an incentive just to go check it out. And then once I get a few people on there, then I'll regularly update when I post videos, or upload pictures of other stuff and whatnot. See what is going on with that. But anyways, I'm going to talk today about my drill instructors at boot camp. Some boot camp classes have 4 drill instructors, some have 3. Your senior drill instructor, and then your drill hat, your kill hat. And the kill hat's pretty much responsible for fucking you up, and the drill hat's the one that teaches you to drill. But I had 3 drill instructors. I had my senior drill instructor, Staff Sergeant Tabor. Then I had my kill hat, which was Drill Instructor Sergeant Salas. And then I had my drill hat, which is Sergeant Gillis. Now, your senior drill instructor is pretty much your father figure when you're there. Pretty much takes care of you, tries to teach you. It's not really, fucking you up unless you really deserve it. And he kind of directs everybody else. And Sergeant Tabor, he's a short, stocky little white guy, and never really had any problems. I had one run-in with him. I was coming back from the mess hall, and you do it like shifts, pretty much. When you're at mess, when you go to the mess, there's somebody stays behind in the barracks. Well, they send another crew early to eat, and then come relieve the guys in the barracks to go eat. Well, I was one of the early crew. And we happened to be, our barracks is right next to where our drill battalion's headquarters was. So there was a lot of officers in the area and whatnot. And a lot of these guys are new, they don't know when to salute, or, the proper procedure for it. So the guy I was with, we were seeing a lot of officers, and he asked me, he's like, when do we salute? So I was letting him know on the rundown. And I'm not really, I'm kind of being, careful about it and whatnot. So, get up to the barracks. 2 minutes later, Staff Sergeant Tabor comes running in, flips the table that's right in front of his office, and just starts throwing shit at me, screaming at me, saying, if I gotta hear from First Sergeant one more time he sees you walking and talking like a fucking maggot, I'm gonna kick your goddamn ass. Freaked me the hell out. So, of course, I was like, no problem, sir, I ain't gonna do it again. So that was my only run-in with him. He was a nice guy, and towards the end they started getting, they kind of they don't really mess with you as much anymore, so they kind of talk to you like real people. And he was a pretty cool guy. Now Sergeant Salas, he was our dick, this little short, stocky Mexican, and he pretty much would just fuck you up for looking at him wrong. He used to drag me around and just throw me downstairs, push stuff. I watched him once. We had this one guy who was taking too long getting something out from behind his rack. So he waited until he was in the middle of the bunk. We have these steel bunk beds that's just staying on their own. He waited till the guy was right in between them and just grabbed the bunk bed and just pulled it down on top of him. Just pinned him under there, freaking out, yelling at him while he's pinned under the freaking bunk beds. It's like, what the hell? He was an asshole, but he was the one who kind of, when the senior drill instructor wasn't there, he was in charge. And then Sergeant Gillis, this guy, we had a nickname for him. His name was Major Payne, because if you ever seen the movie Major Payne, the little gold tooth, he had this exact same gold tooth. And the funny part was, he also had a teardrop tattoo, like the gang that just killed somebody. So he had the gold tooth and the teardrop tattoo, and I don't know why, but every time he got in my face, I just wanted to laugh so hard, because all I could think of was Major Payne and the little engine that could choo. But it'd make me laugh, and then he'd end up punching me and stuff because I'm laughing in his face. They don't like that too much. But the first time I ever met him, now when you're in there, you got 2 rows of racks and where your bunks are, and then you got an aisle in the middle, and you line up on the line facing each other, and then down towards the front of it is their office, where they end up that's where they sleep. They could do their paperwork and stuff, and it has blinds and a window that you can look right out into the squad bay. So it was like the first day we saw our drill instructors, and it was Sergeant Salas was out talking to us, and just letting us know what to expect. And he's in the office, and I see him looking through the blinds, and I kind of turn my head a little bit to look at him, and he sees me, and he starts like clawing at the blinds like a dog, just staring at me, just clawing at the blinds. And that kind of freaked me out a little bit, because like, you meet your drill instructors the first time, and this motherfucker's sitting there staring at you in the blinds, clawing at him, kind of freaked me out a little bit. But he would get up on our face. We had the little wooden foot lockers, the kind of big ones, kind of open them up from the top. And this one kid, because we had master locks on him, you imagine trying to put your combination for your locker while you have somebody screaming at you, counting, yelling at you. It's nerve-wracking, all right? So a lot of kids couldn't get it done fast enough. So this one guy was just taking way too long, and he was freaking out. He just picked up his foot locker and just slammed it on the floor, and it just shattered into like a million pieces. And then we all had to clean it up real quick. He gave us like 30 seconds to pick every little piece of wood splinter up, and of course that didn't happen. So that ended up being the one of those days where it was just like, ugh, I hate this. But they have their own little ways of fucking with you. One of my personal favorites was you have your M16 as a charging handle you pull to the rear, and then it has the triangle front sight post with a space in the middle. Now, what they like to do was they would take you in the back, like away from everybody, so no prying eyes could see, and then they would make you stick your left pinky through your front sight post, and then pull your charging handle back, hold it straight out in front of you, and crouch halfway down. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but do that for 45 minutes and see how hard that is. And it gets a lot. And then, you can't do it for that long. I don't care who you are. You can't do it for that long. And you end up, dropping it or letting the charging handle slide back forward. And then you have, you get more time tacked onto it, or you physically can't do it anymore. But they used to joke about, they'd be like, oh yeah, we're gonna make this pen make you a bitch. And like they would always tell you to hold out your hand straight out in front of you, and they put pen in your palm. Now think about it, that's not a lot, but if you imagine standing there for like 2 or 3 hours with that pen, that thing would feel like it weighs like 100 pounds by the end of like the first hour. So it was pretty crazy. They do stuff like that, little fuck games, yeah, little camper, whatever. But they do stuff like that. And outside of each barracks, they have this thing that's called like the pit, and they have 4 telephone posts making a square, and in the middle of the square is just sand. And they'd like to take people out there and just like make them do push-ups, mountain climbers, sit-ups, and then just fuck your day up and get all sandy. And they used to do this thing called a sugar cookie, where they make you take your sunscreen and rub it all over your head, and then go out to the pit and just throw sand all over your head. So you have just like a nasty little like sticky sand thing. And oh yeah, I'm not camping here. I'm hiding from that freaking Osprey gunner and that AC-130. Ridiculous. I don't know how we got double teamed like that. But yeah, so you got all sticky and sandy. You only shower, and you don't really shower. What they do is there's no stalls. It's just like a big community shower thing. And what they do is they turn on all the faucets, and they have you line up, and there's a guy standing at the entrance of the shower with soap, like a liquid soap. And they have you line up, and as you go through, you get a handful of liquid soap, and you have to run through in a circle around the showers one time. So you're soaping up as you're running through the showers and whatnot. That's for like the first like month or two, but after like you've been there for a while, they kind of let you take a normal shower. But so everybody would stink constantly, and it's like you're trying to run around these showers, and of course it's not hot water, it's like freezing cold water. So you're not getting a shower anymore. So it was always really dumb, because I would try to stop and everyone would be yelling at me because I want a shower. And I think this is where I get a nice little triple. Yeah, triple kill. Woohoo. Yeah, they do stuff like that. And the funny thing was, like, I did a lot of sneaky shit. in there. And I'm probably going to save that for its own little Marine Corps Monday, because it's kind of an interesting story. If anybody's ever going to go into boot camp, I can pretty much tell you how to get away with it. And another triple kill. Yeah, that's how I roll. Freaking idiots. I could have had a lot more kills there. I don't know. But yeah, your drill instructors, you really hate them at first, but like towards the end, I got out of there, and once I graduated, I went up and shook their hands, because they're doing their job, and they're not really trying to make it personal or anything. They're just trying to, train you the right way. So it's like, you gotta respect them a little bit, but God, you hate them when you first get there. But, I don't blame them one bit for any of the stuff they did, hitting me or anything like that. Even though it did suck at the time, but it works. Anyways, the round's over. Yep, we win, of course, because I'm playing. But make sure you guys subscribe, like the video.